So I fail a lot, and I share my failure a lot on posts and messages and videos. And people have asked me, "Why do you share that? You should just wait. Don't tell people what you're doing until it happens because you're going to get let down." Sometimes, but I still feel that whatever part of your journey is, whether it be you failing or succeeding, it's about the journey. So to me, is the journey is never the failure. The outcome may not be what you expect. The result may not be what you hope, but I don't regret my failure. I don't regret every process that I put my heart into it 150%, even if it doesn't work out, because that's those moments I put my whole heart into it is worth it. It's like telling somebody, oh, you don't want to love because you might get let down. You don't want to build relationships because you might lose someone. No, build relationships. Love as hard as you can. Try things and fail, and don't be afraid to fail and fail again. And another person said, well, don't get your hopes up. Get your hopes up. I love having my hopes up. I love in the moments where I feel that, oh my gosh, this dream could happen, or this might happen, or that happen. Even if it doesn't happen and it's hard to accept that, you still felt that dream and that hope. Like, that is not failure. It can feel like failure sometimes when you're so close to realizing something that you believe in. I'm yet on another stepping stone. I've been working on this beautiful farmhouse, and I still don't know if I can make it happen or not. There's a lot of stuff that it will need to be done to restore it. And financially, we're just not in that place to take on such a huge, huge job. But, miracles happen. But in the process, it wasn't a failure. And even though the outcome may not be to get this space I've been building and dreaming and wanting to do, it's not a failure. And I've met people in all of these processes, that still encourages me and validates that it's always about the journey. And the signs and the things that make it so overwhelming that you can't help but to know it's still what you have to do. Even if it feels like it didn't work out and it could be failure to others, it's not a failure to yourself. So I guess I just wanted to share that as, every time I say, oh, didn't work out this time, and I tell that to somebody else, and they're like, man, why does she just keep doing that? Just don't tell people. That's why I tell people. Because I think you should be proud of your failures, because they're not really failures. And you should be proud of putting your heart into something, even if it gets broken. And you should be proud of wasting your time, because you're not wasting your time. I mean, I've been cleaning the farmhouse, and I've enjoyed noticing all these little things that even, a door built into the closet that they must have changed the original blueprint that even the owners didn't know about. Like, that's so neat that to me, yeah, maybe I don't get the farmhouse. Maybe I didn't get the church. Maybe I didn't get the library. Maybe I didn't get the B&B. But I've met some great people along the way, and I still have that faith that it's about the journey and, on to the next. And it's showing my kids that sometimes things don't work out. You don't lose your heart. You don't lose your hope. You don't lose really just the enjoyment of the process and the growth. That sometimes growth is hard too. Sometimes you don't want growth, but it's what you need. And sometimes it's finding the people you never would have had those conversations with. So I realized that yesterday too, is sometimes having a dream isn't necessarily about the dream coming true. It's about being so excited about something that you can't help but to spark up conversations you never would have had. Or putting yourself out there to people because you believe in this dream you want to do. Maybe it's not about the dream sometimes. It's about those connections that needed to be made, and that was the way to facilitate it. So anyways, own your failures, because they're not failures. And even when they are failures, sometimes they're perfect serendipitous moments that bring you to that next stepping stone. But